high mountain stands. These words speak of more than earth and stone. They tell the history of our people, enduring hardship and conflict to unite against common foes. The time has come for you to venture beyond our sacred peaks. Walk the path that home took so very long ago, and bring honor to the name High Mountain.
Hello, it is Queen. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Highmountain Tauren and give you some roleplay suggestions. Keep in mind that these are just general guidelines. You can roleplay however you wish. Let's get into the lore. The Highmountain Tauren were once regular Tauren, like the ones we know in Mulgore. During the War of the Ancients, the Night Elves were too proud to ask for help in fighting off the Legion. One after another, the Night Elven empires fell until Gerard Shadowsong became one of the remaining Night Elf leaders. Gerard, realizing the Night Elves couldn't do it on their own, reached out to the Tauren for help, and they agreed. The Tauren had been fighting against other Tauren tribes. Ebonhorn can tell you more.
For generations, the Tauren of this mountain fought. Countless lives, even entire tribes, were lost. Once, upon returning from such a battle, Huln Highmountain found his people slaughtered by a previously unknown foe. Battling his grief, Huln spoke with the leaders of the remaining tribes. He convinced them to unite under one banner to oppose this new threat.
Huln was the strongest champion of his tribe. Wielding the eagle spear, he defeated many demons with ease. He saved the gravely injured moose, Ekero, one of Malorn's chosen creatures. Cenarius recognized Huln's good deed and great strength and blessed Huln and his people with the horns of Ekero. This is why the Highmountain Tauren have antlers instead of horns. After the War of the Ancients, Huln returned to his homeland and it was renamed High Mountain in his honor. With the Legion defeated for good, Sylvanas sought new allies to aid the Horde in future conflicts. Bane Bloodhoof, leader of the Tauren, invited Mela and the Highmountain Tauren to a great feast at Mulgore. Ebonhorn, the dragon in disguise as a Highmountain Tauren, accompanied Mela to the feast. Just as things were going smooth, Ebonhorn fell ill due to the Void. We go back to Highmountain where wards must be re-established to ward off the Void magic that had been under Highmountain. Because Ebonhorn went with Mela to Mulgore, the wards had lost their power and allowed the Void to seep back up into the world. Here's the full story.
Long ago,
and
the
our
old
lands
gods sought to claim Highmountain. Their campaign was led by a terrible creature of nightmare, Ulganeth the Darkness. Huln gathered heroes from among the tribes. They fought against Ulganeth's servants, the Necrodark. But the forces of Shadow were too great to overcome. So Huln devised another plan. Wards were placed to lock away the old god's influence. Though the general survived, Ulganeth's essence was trapped.
all this time, the Necrodark have been lurking in the shadows, waiting to call forth their master.
Indeed. And when I left the mountain to visit Mulgore, the wards weakened just enough to let the darkness seep through. The last ward was placed at Highmountain's summit. That is where we must go. Just as Huln stood with his allies, so we must band together.
We help defeat Ulganeth, further convincing the Tauren to rekindle their bond with their kin and join the Horde. Next up we have the classes. Warrior. Warriors are plate-wearing fighters who are skilled in armed combat. The Highmountain Tauren are known for their physical prowess on the battlefield. You even get a racial that gives you an extra charge that knocks down enemies. Hunter. Hunters are at home in the wilderness and rely on their weaponry and/or pet to deal damage. Your starting pet is an eagle. Shaman. Shamans call upon the elements, asking for their powers to aid them in combat. Shamans can summon totems that can disable enemies, heal, or damage enemies. Do you hear the call of the elements? Monk. Monks are known for their hand-to-hand combat and use of chi as a resource. I assume the way of the monk was taught to the Highmountain Tauren after joining the Horde. Druid. Druids are shapeshifters with a love and respect for nature and all its creatures. Legend has it that the Tauren were the first druids taught directly by Cenarius, even before the Night Elves. Though they forgot most of their knowledge until they became in contact with the Night Elves, who helped them remember the ways of the Druid. I haven't seen any mention or examples of Druidism in Highmountain, so it's up to you to decide how you became a Druid. Now on to roleplay suggestions. Remember, I'm just giving you general guidelines and rules. You can roleplay your character however you like. Just keep in mind where one server is forgiving, the other may not be. Highmountain Tauren were regular Tauren who have been blessed by Cenarius with the horns of Ekaro. Since there is a lack of lore, I'm going to assume that the Highmountain Tauren have similar traditions, customs, and ideas as the Mulgore Tauren. However, if you talk to Lesa Moonwater in Highmountain, you can ask her if she lives there in Thunder Totem. She says, No, I am from Thunderbluff. I'm an adventurer like you. These Highmountain Tauren are just as foreign to me as they are to you. This statement suggests that they have different customs, but for a lack of lore, for now, we're going to have to pull from our only sources, the Thunderbluff Tauren, and of course, dialogue from the NPCs at Highmountain. With that being said, Tauren in general are a quiet and humble race, but can also be ferocious if need be to protect their people, homes, and allies. They can often be seen sitting peacefully by themselves. I wonder what they're thinking about. Of course, you do not have to roleplay as a wise and humble Tauren. It's just their general nature. Remember to give your character flaws. Maybe your character talks to anyone and everyone so much that it makes others uncomfortable. Keep in mind that this is your first time exploring Azeroth. Get to know the other races and form opinions about them. Maybe you dislike goblins for their greedy ways. Did you hear from the other Tauren how they avoid conflicts with Night Elves due to the mutual respect for nature? Is Mela Highmountain a good leader in your mind? Those are just some of the many things to think about. The Tauren are one of the first races on Azeroth. Tauren reach adulthood around 15 years old. They are considered old around 95 years old, rarely living past 100. If you don't want to give a number, just say that you are an adult or elderly. The Tauren are a spiritual race. Religion is a very big part of their lives. You believe the Earth Mother created Azeroth and the Tauren and all of its creatures. She is said to be in every part of nature. Tauren believe that the Earth Mother ripped out her eyes and threw them into the sky. Her eyes are called Musha, the moon, and Anshi, the sun, always watching over them. Prayers are said before battles or hunts, when someone passes away, and when an animal is killed. Being wasteful is considered disrespectful to the Earth Mother. Every part of the animal's body is used, and nothing goes to waste. The Tauren holds celebrations and feasts for just about everything. Make sure to incorporate this into RP. Celebrations are a great way to meet new people and share your story with others. Let loose a little bit. Join in the festivities. Nobody says you can't have fun. Of course, you don't have to roleplay this way. Maybe you're a Debbie Downer who just can't for the life of them find a way to be happy. Don't forget, when you spawn in, you're in Thunder Totem. You can always go back through the portal. If you walk out of the embassy, it'll be directly in front of you. You have a pretty large area to roleplay in, though this time, some of the other races may be there questing. Make use of this beautiful area. Please, please do. Of course, if you venture too far, you will be immediately one-shot, so be careful. Thank you for watching my Highmountain Tauren roleplay guide. If I missed anything, please feel free to comment below. If you like this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and please subscribe if you have not. Also, please join my Discord. The link is in the description, as well as my stream schedule. I stream here on YouTube Gaming and Twitch. I would love to meet you. Have fun roleplay and see y'all, Moonguard. Love y'all. Bye.